And then I'm going to highlight just the section that I want to copy and to show my students. So this would be just the section, all right? So I go to copy as.
Don't stress your mind, we coming home tonight.
Welcome to another video. Today we are going to learn 2 ways to add passage to Google Form or quiz. All right, so let's go. So we can add a quiz both ways. We can go to our classroom, we go to add, we go to create, and then we go to quiz assignment, or we can go to our drive and create a blank quiz. So I'm just going to go to my drive and I go to form, and then I'm going to select a new form, and then we are going to do a quiz. So I go blank, right? So I want to give it my title. So my title for my quiz will be basic sentences. So when we type basic sentences at the top of the heading, it will automatically go down to the title, right? And then you can write your description right here. But first, I'm going to type in my first question will be name. So we normally type the name for the students to write their name. And the moment you type name, short answer will appear, and then you select record. Then we need to do some settings. So we want to collect the student's email, and we want to limit them to only 1 response. And we want to, of course, make it a quiz. So we go to quiz and we make a quiz. If you watch my previous videos, you will see those settings. All right, so we have names. So we are going to go to the first question. So we add a question. So I'm going to use a PDF for my first way of showing you how to put the passage onto your Google form. So I'm going to go to a PDF form. So this is my PDF. So I want this section to go into my Google form. So I go to my search engine and I type NIP. So I'm just going to go to my desktop. And I'm going to type NIP. And then I'm going to share. So I go to NIP. So when I type NIP, the toolbar will appear. So I select NIP. And I'm going to go to new. And then I'm going to highlight just the section that I want to copy and to show my students. So this would be just the section, all right? So I go to copy as or save as, and then it will give me the option to go to my desktop. So I'm going to go to picture and I'm going to save that image right there. So maybe PDF, we can label PDF, December 2020. And then we save. And then we can actually close this box and go back to our drive. All right, so we're actually going back to our drive. So we are going back to our Google form. So we are going to go to the center of the form and we are going to add our passage that we just copied. So let's search for it on our desktop. So we go to pictures, then we are going to select that picture, select open, and then the picture will automatically appear. So this would be the PDF section. So we can type our first question right here. So question number 1. Say for instance, my first question would be, how was your day? So I can actually copy and paste, or I can type as well. So my first question, as I said before, always a day, and then I'm going to give the options. So my options will be super busy. That would be my first one. So I was super busy. Number 2, really good. Number 3, productive. Or number 4, a total nightmare. And then I'm going to select the answer key. So I'm going to say really good. So my day was really good. And then I'm going to give it a point, 1 point. Then I press done. So now we actually use the NIP to copy a PDF file. Say for instance, we have some Word document onto our computer. We actually type a passage and we actually want the entire passage or the entire page to be in the question. That's fine. We go to the side where we have add a title and description. So when we do that, we'll get a column for us to add anything that we want to add right there. So we can label this maybe short story, say short story. All right, and then we are going to add the description right here. So let's go to a Word document. So we are going to a Word document. So this would be our Word document. So we just can copy off everything that we have, copy, and then we are going to share. We are going to paste, sorry. So we are going to paste the entire passage right here. So this would be the passage. We can actually give it a different size. You can actually let it a little bit bigger for the students to read. That's fine. And then you add your question now. So when you add your question, so for instance, question number 2. So my question will be, I dash tennis every Sunday morning. So let me put that in the sentence. And my option will be play. So I'm going to type the option quickly. So we have play, playing. So the answer will be played. So I select the answer key, select the answer, plus sign, then press done. As I said before, you can allow this to get really bigger if you want. You can allow it to get really bigger. You have the option too. All right. So you can type, you can actually copy and paste an image by using the NIP. And then you can copy and paste the entire passage or the entire story by adding a new title and description. You can do it both ways. I'm going to add another one, another title and description, and then we are going to, so I'm going to delete this one that I have before, put the cursor at the end, and then I'm going to add, say for instance, I wanted another front size. I can just, instead of putting the title here, I can put the description here, and then it will be bigger. So let me copy and paste a passage again. So we can allow that. So you have 2 options right there. So you can put it in the title section. It's much bigger here. And then you can add your question after. So the box will appear below. So I hope you learned something today. Thank you so much. So as I said before, there are 2 ways that we can add our passage. So we can actually put the NIP by using the NIP. That's a toolbar onto your computer. And you can just copy off just the image that you want, save it as a picture file, or if you have the sentences or the paragraph in a Word document, you copy and paste and you go to add a title or description and you can add your passages or story in that section. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you learned something today. Like, share, and subscribe.